Beneath the glitter of the TV lights and the familiar sound of laughter, there's always a quiet shadow most of us never see. For Mark Consuelos, those shadows became impossible to ignore when his wife, Kelly Ripa, received devastating news from doctors. News that left this loyal husband in tears. Today, we explore their journey, one of love, heartbreak, and resilience. Because while this may begin as a story of pain, it ultimately becomes one of strength and unshakable devotion. For years, Kelly and Mark seemed untouchable, the Hollywood couple everyone admired. From their early days on All My Children to building a family and thriving careers, they appeared unbreakable. Fans loved their humor, honesty, and effortless chemistry. But life, as it often does, had a different test waiting. Illness doesn't care about fame or fortune. It arrives uninvited, turning ordinary days into battles. It started with small changes, Kelly's energy fading, her spark on morning TV dimming just slightly. Admirers whispered, "Is she okay?" She brushed it off as exhaustion. But Mark noticed more. He saw her wince, move slower, stay in bed longer. Love sharpens the eyes, and what others missed, he couldn't ignore. Finally, Kelly agreed to see a doctor. The sterile waiting room, the anxious silence, and then the words that changed everything. A serious condition, one that required immediate care. The diagnosis hit them like thunder. Kelly was terrified. Mark was shattered. The woman who had always been his light was suddenly vulnerable, and no amount of strength could fix it. For the world, Mark is confident and composed. But that day, he broke. Tears fell freely, not from weakness, but from love. Watching someone you adore suffer is one of life's greatest pains. Yet those tears became symbols of his devotion. He held her hand, whispering promises he wasn't sure he could keep. Behind closed doors, nights grew longer and fears heavier. Still, Kelly's courage shone through. She reminded Mark that this was their battle, one they would face together. It became less about illness and more about partnership, about what it truly means to love in sickness and in health. When Kelly's absence became noticeable on screen, fans began to worry. And when the diagnosis was finally revealed, heartbreak rippled through her supporters. Messages of love, prayers, and encouragement poured in. The world grieved with them, proving that Kelly's warmth had touched millions. Through it all, Mark never left her side. He cooked, cared, and made her laugh when she felt like crying. Even in silence, his presence spoke volumes. Doctors praised her early decision to seek care, a reminder that listening to your body can save lives. Kelly, ever the fighter, turned her pain into purpose. She spoke openly about her journey, urging others to prioritize their health. Her honesty inspired countless fans facing their own fears. Together, Kelly and Mark showed that true love isn't measured by red carpets or perfect smiles, but by standing firm when life gets hard. Their story is not just about illness. It's about devotion, courage, and the healing power of love. Because when everything else fades, family and faith remain. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos remind us all that even in heartbreak, hope endures, and love can weather any storm.